Hello, and welcome back to Invitation to Puzzles. I'm Zeta Math, and today we have a puzzle by pwinn, which rhymes with Quinn, as I learned. So we have here a thermo-odd-even puzzle. So let's have a look. So the thermos here, we need to start with the smallest digit, and the number needs to increase each step we move from the bulb to the tip. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is an 8-long thermo. In addition, these circles, the orange ones, must contain odd digits. And these squares, which are green, interestingly, instead of blue, they must contain even digits. So we've got to have a... so we can just sort of take care of that right away. Well, I'll do that in a second. But anyway, there's a link in the description if you want to have a go at the puzzle. Let's get started, and I'll start by revealing the secret that I know that the given digits, that the even digits in a Sudoku puzzle are 2, 4, 6, and 8. At least I think I know that. Now, this thermo is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one's 7 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's also 7 long. Was this one really 8 long, or did I just miscount? No, this one's really 8 long. Okay, that one's really 8 long. Okay. So in particular, just looking at this cell, there need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There need to be 5 numbers bigger than whatever digit I put here. So I certainly can't put a 6 or an 8. I think I could technically do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, possibly. It's probably worth marking, actually, though, that these things are quads. That is to say, these digits here are all of the even digits in row 3. There are 4 even digits. So everything else in this row is, in fact, odd. And the same is true in this column and in this row and in this column. So we've got all of that. Also, we have been marked that these are odd. Okay, and now actually we can run that backwards because actually there's only 5 given digits. There's only 5 odd digits in box 1. And so that means the rest of the digits in the box are even. And likewise, the rest of the given digits in this box are even, and we can sort of percolate that around the grid. And now we've got a little bit more, because now within this row and this column and this row and this column, we have all of our evens. Again, we're counting to 4 for evens and counting to 5 for odds. So all of these are odd. Okay, that might end the list of things that we can do with the power of pure thought, so to speak, but oh, actually, no, not quite. I think this digit is going to be interesting, because what's the smallest it could be? Well, this, remember, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a 7-long thermo. So this even digit has to be at least 7, and the only available digit, therefore, is 8. So we actually know that that digit is an 8. Now, if I look over into box 1, remember 8 can only go in a green square. So I just know these aren't 8 because they're odd. I'm certainly not putting 8 here, because I would need to put 6 9s afterwards, which would be problematic for a number of reasons. So the actual only place I can put 8 in box 1 is actually there. Which is going to de-8ify all of those cells. De-8ify is a technical term. I will note this digit while I'm looking at it. Similar to this other one over here, it needs to have 5 digits bigger than it, so it can't be a 6. It can only be a 2 or a 4. Doesn't quite seem to give us everything yet. Can this digit possibly be... I think this can be a 4 or a... Oh, no, it can't be a 6. Okay, so I think this digit actually can only be a 4 now that I'm looking at it more closely, because there do still need to be 5 digits bigger than it. sorry, 4 digits bigger than it, but 6 doesn't have 4 digits bigger than it. It only has 7, 8, and 9. So this number is at most 6. This number is at most 4 by virtue of the fact that it's even and 6 is too big, but it's also at least 4 by virtue of the fact that it's fourth along the thermo. So I can fill in a 4 there, which has the bonus that it gets me the rest of the thermo, because if the fourth space is a 4 and I need to go only up, then we go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. That's a 6. I have a feeling we can also do that this has to be 5, because if it wasn't 5, it would have to be at least 7. And 7 is surely too big, because I only have 2 digits more I could put on it. So that's going to be a 7. Sorry. I said 7 was too big, so this is going to have to be a 5. And so now this odd digit now has to be larger than 5, but can't be 9, because if that were a 9, I couldn't put anything there. So in fact, that's 7. And now if I actually look at it, I've now got a 5 and a 7, so the digit between them is a 6, which I'm going to go ahead and mark for my sanity as even. I actually now know where the 6 goes in this row. Again, just using the power of green. The 6 is green, so it can only go there. And actually, if I look across the row, this is the last green cell, so it's a 2, and that's a 4. Looking over there. So these two in the column, if you look at it, those are 6 and 8. Which I mark just so that I can note that this cell definitely isn't 8. Because there's a 6-8 pair in the box, which remember means these two cells are the 6 and the 8 in the box. And so these other two greens are the 2 and the 4 in the box. That in turn gives me this 2-4 pair in this column that looks up at this cell, which now can't be 2 or 4 because these are the 2 and the 4 for the column. So that's 8. And we also have a 2-4 pair in this row, which rules 2 and 4 out of these two cells, making that 8 and that 6. Which all seems positive so far. Let's see. I mean, I wasn't going to put a 1 there anyway, I'll be honest. This is at least 7 and at most 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is at least 6, but it's odd, so it's actually at least 7, and it can't be 9 because there's an 8 afterwards. So we actually just know that's a 7. And so now this is at most 5, because it's odd and less than 7, but it's also at least 5 because it's the 5th cell on the thermo. So actually we can go backwards. And so this is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That cell is green. I'll go ahead and mark. And so we get our 4 and our 2 over here, making that a 2, a 6, and a 4. We've got almost all of our even digits. This digit is less than 2, so it's a 1, which as it happens is odd. Let's see. What else can we see in the world? I know one of these two is a 5, and the other is a 6, for what it's worth. Let's see. What are these? These are 7 and 9. Oh, actually, they're 7 and 9, and owing to the power of Sudoku, I actually know the order. That's the 9, and that's the 7. So these are 3 and 9 just by the row. I could mark, oh, right, this cell actually, sorry, that's actually useful. The 9 here actually tells me that this digit, which is bigger than 7, isn't 9, so it therefore is 8. That's the last even in this row / box, so that digit is odd. This is probably unnecessary, but it's a trick I enjoy, so I'm going to use it anyway. This cell sees 2 and 4 in the row and 6 and 8 in the column, so it can't be any even digit, so it's odd. I always enjoy that when it comes up. The only even digit in this row is a 2. Oh, actually, maybe I should scan it this way. Where does the 8 go in this box? Or actually, sorry, here's an even better way. That's 5 odd digits. So that's all the odd digits for box 4. Okay, I've seen this in progressively better ways. So that's all the evens for row 4 now. So all of these are odd, and also that one is a 2. That's an 8. One way I saw it was, where does 8 go in this box? That was the first thing I saw, but that was probably not the optimally efficient way to go about doing such a thing. Okay, now by Sudoku, this digit is an 8, because I have to place an 8, remember, on a cell that is white or green, and I have an 8 looking down and an 8 looking across, so that's the only place that the 8 can possibly go, which definitively gives me a 9 here. Let's see. It doesn't quite tell me about the 5s. Oh, I do know that this is a 6 now by the column. It's the only even digit left. A 6 and an 8, making that a 4 and an 8. Let's see. I now seem to have all the 8s in the grid. I know one of these two is 6, and one of those two is 6. That doesn't help me too much yet. This is 5. Oh, okay, this is... Okay, I was going to say this is 5 or 7, but it's not 7. So this orange digit is at most 5, because it's less than 9 and it's not 7. And on the other hand, it's the 5th digit along the thermo, so it's at least 5. So we can fill in a 5, which then goes 4, 3, 2, nabbing that for us. So now this is the last even digit of the box, and it's a 2. Gives me the 4 and the 2 over there. Now I ask where 4 goes in this box, also noting, similar to over here, these are also now all even, because we've got all the odds in the box. But the 4, where does it go? It can only go here. So these are 2 and 6, but that one is actually 6, that one's 2. And we can finish our coloring because we've finished the evens for this row, and now we finish the odds for this box. And so that's a 6. And so now, in fact, actually, we have put every even digit into the grid. So now we just have to work on the odds, which we don't have any more help from thermos for, so we're just going to have to somehow find a way to make it on our own. Let's just see if anything Sudoku-y looks like it's going to pop out. I don't see anything on 1s. Let's see. 3s. Ah, yes, the 3 in this box is just outright placed there because of this 3 looking up. Sometimes if you have this sort of phase of the puzzle, it's a little faster than just sort of center marking everything and looking for quads to actually just like double click digits and look. So yeah, the 3 down in this box is placed, which then lets us chase the 3 over to that box. Yeah, now the 3 in this box is there. So now the 3 in this box is here. The 3 in this box is here, and we've got all the 3s. Let's see. This 5 looks across, making that a 5. This 5 looks down, making that a 5. Let's see. Yeah, these 5s looking into this box make that a 5, which makes that a 5. Looking across, that's a 9 and a 7 and a 1. Okay, these are a 7 and a 9, and I know the order. Let's see. Can I do anything more with the 1s, probably? Let's see. What about 5s? I wasn't quite done with 5s. For example, if I combine that 5 and that 5, I actually see that that's a 5, which now together with that 5 tells me that's a 5, and now I've got all the 5s in the grid. Let's see. That 9 looks down there, making that a 9 and a 7. These seem to be 1 and 7, which inexplicably is not yet resolved. But it's resolved once I realize that that's a 1. A 9, a 1 running across that. So this is a 1 for the column. Still have our 7 and our 9 for the row. This column also needs a 1. The row needs a 7. Let's see, there's a 1 there and a 9 there. 7, there we go. Not too bad there, but very nice use of the odd even. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know how it went, and I'll be back with more puzzles real soon. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye for now.